Next up, we've had the PlayStation Days of Play, Christian. Have you taken advantage of any of those sale prices on anything? No?
No.
Well, we got a couple of announcements. One of them being
I got my free PlayStation games of the month this month, though.
That's good. That's important.
NBA 2K 5 was one of them.
Are you a fan of the Marvel fighting games of the past, like Marvel vs. Capcom and all that?
Yeah, they were cool.
We got a new Marvel fighting game coming out. It's called Marvel, I hope I'm saying this correctly,
Token.
Talking?
You talking to me?
Taco Token talking to me? Not sure. Again, it's T-O with the little thing over top of it, K-O. But the gameplay looks sweet.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's
usually I trust Capcom more, the people that make Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Neversoft.
Yeah, true.
So it'll be interesting to see if these developers can pull it off.
Let's hope.
Crossover.
Let's hope. And again, I love superhero fighting games. I love the moves. I think they're better.
You still play any of that Rivals? I still haven't tried Rivals.
I haven't played in a while, but now that I have the PS5, I'm now a PS5 owner.
When we were talking to each other on the PS5, you were talking through my controller speaker, dude.
Yeah, you were too, talking through mine. So
I should have tried to change the setting to make you come through the TV. It sounded like weird through that little speaker.
So anyway, that game is set to come out soon. Not sure.
Sure, Marvel Rivals isn't on PS5.
Yeah, it is. It's on everything, dog.
Yeah, Marvel Rivals is on everything, dude.
Not Nintendo, I know that for a fact.
We've got our first look at a new video game. Get this. It is based off of the James Bond franchise.
Which one? Because there are like 8.
Ian Fleming's book.
This is called James Bond, or not called James, it's called First Light,
It's like
007.
Story, dude.
Yeah, it's like James Bond's origin story, and the trailer looks really sick.
Well, it's kind of like you were talking about that Indiana Jones game and how we can do storytelling through video games.
Hell yes, and I am way more comfortable with doing it this way. It makes more sense
that
this
guy's
way.
in it?
Yeah, I said that too. I was like, yeah, I love that guy.
That guy looks like a Martin Lawrence, doesn't he?
A little bit.
Looks like old Martin Lawrence.
Old Martin.
From Life.
So yes, this was a situation of if you watch Bond,
where Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, I actually was going to put that on here, but I was like, I don't know.
I shared it to our Facebook page, and I put Bad Boys for Life. I was hoping you to get mad and be like, "That's Will Smith, you idiot."
I know that's what you were doing. That's why I didn't say anything.
Baited you, dude, and you didn't fall for the trap.
Tried to troll me, and I didn't fall for the trap.
The trap.
Anyway, yes, if you watch James Bond, then you know a little bit about the lore behind his origins, and that is that his parents died in a climbing accident, and he was essentially adopted by the British government and trained from that point on. Now, there is a lot of...
He's like one of Wes's super soldiers.
Kind of. In between situations where there are insinuations that Hans Blofeld, who ends up as the head of Spectre, was his stepbrother at one point, and there's other things about his upbringing that kind of differ, but that there are main points that were always a fact, that his parents died.
What is Spectre?
Spectre is the criminal organization, pretty much the equivalent to James Bond's MI6. They are a bunch of group of terrorists.
Do you have like a real, so they'd be like Al-Qaeda?
Kinda.
Okay.
A little bit more sophisticated.
I'm
They're
trying to figure out, do we have sophisticated bad guys in
not
the real
really,
world like
because
that?
Again, it's like we just blow up the buildings.
It's actually
there.
like Amazon.
Spectre's
kind of like Amazon.
I mean, I'm sure I could figure out a way to compare it to Amazon, but
just the thing, we keep that off the books, baby.
Yeah, I guess so. But this looks really cool. I
watched The Accountant too. That came out on Prime.
Well, that was
week.
We already passed that.
I know. I just remembered it. It was another cool one. Because I was thinking about.
I'm a James Bond freak, so I'm very excited about this and think it looks great. I think I'll definitely get it. Looks like it drops 2026 is what we have the information for.